No, don't worry about it. All right, good afternoon. Boys, what were your directions? Okay, welcome back. So this is your fourth rotation in the STEM lab. Fourth. Let me double check. Fourth rotation. Now, there are only 4 of the second grade classes that get to have 4 turns in the STEM lab. So, we have an extra project. All right, when we get to the STEM lab, where do we get our directions from?
You.
From me?
The computer.
The computer. All right, so where do we need to go?
Rocket. The rocket.
There it is.
Rocket. Where's the rocket? Oh, there we go.
Hey guys, come on in. Okay? And our username?
Learn 6.
That's our password. RES is our username.
Learn 6. Which is right up there.
Okay. Our next project is going to be in the lift-off challenges this time instead of the express challenges. I love challenges too. And then we're going to click on mechanics and structures. And then we're going to go down to exploring 2D and 3D shapes. So when we get our directions from the computer, the first thing it tells us is what our objective is, what our task, what our goal, what our target, what it is that we're working towards. So let's read through this, and when we find the words that sound like a target, we'll stop and we'll highlight it. Okay? Your challenge. Your challenge is to build as many basic 2D and 3D shapes as you can with Zone Tools. Then you will build a 3D model of a structure or object you can find in your environment. In the process, you will explore the properties of 2D and 3D shapes. Now that was 3 pretty long, detailed sentences. What part of that do you think is your objective or your target? Go ahead. What do you think you're going to build?
Build as many 2D and 3D shapes as you can.
Perfect. Let's highlight that.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Oh, except for I mean to make it go. Build. I don't want it to cross out. Oh, highlight. That's what I want. There, now we can see it. Build as many 2D shapes and 3D shapes as you can. What's our material going to be?
Shapes.
Zone Tools. Okay, we'll try a different color for that one, because that's a different piece of information that we need. So we're going to use Zone Tools. We're going to build shapes. What are we going to learn by building the 2D and 3D shapes?
How to make them.
How to make them, okay? Is there a word in there that looks like it's something that we're supposed to learn?
3D model. 3D model.
Environment. 3D models, okay. Let's check this last... Structure, process, those are all very important words.
Environment.
In the process, you will explore. Explore means we're going to find something.
New.
The properties of 2D and 3D shapes. That's what we're looking for. So we're going to get a different color. Because this is what we're going to learn. All right, so now we know what we're going to do. We're going to build 2D, 3D shapes. We're going to use what? What are we going to use? Zone Tools. And we're going to learn about the properties of 2D and 3D shapes. Okay? Now down here it says what you'll learn. So let's go see if we were right. Our lines are going to stay there, but that's okay. So we're going to learn what makes a 2D shape, what makes a polygon, what makes how 3D shapes are different from 2D shapes, and how to measure the shapes. So let's get some background information. Zone Tools. Let me introduce the Zone Tools to you. because this is a new tool that you haven't used yet.
My sister told me how to use them because she used them before.
She's used them before, so she showed you how. All right, these are zone tools. The white balls are called nodes, and the sticks are called struts. What color struts do I have here?
Red,
Those are the primary colors. In the nodes, we have 3 different shaped holes. We have rectangle-shaped holes, pentagon-shaped holes, and triangle-shaped holes. It's a coincidence. Do you think they planned it? We have triangle-shaped struts, pentagon-shaped struts, and rectangle-shaped struts. So, each one of the struts fits into its specific hole on the node. Okay? Here are our rules for zone tools. First of all, if it fits, it will fit without bending. So that means that if I want to make a triangle, I do not need to bend the zone tools. If it's going to fit, it's going to go straight there without any troubles. Okay? Now, here's the thing about zone tools. These pieces are all broken.
What?
But
How?
because the tips break off very easily. Zone Tool knows that. They know that this is a very cool toy or tool, but it also breaks easily. So, as long as you remember these rules, we won't have too much trouble. But if you break one, it's no big deal, because Zone Tool says we'll change out, we'll exchange your broken ones for new ones. So that's why we save the broken ones in this bag, because at the end of the school year, I'm going to mail the broken ones to Zone Tools, and I'm going to count how many green, how many red, how many blue, and then they will send me those Zone Tools back that aren't broken. So, if you find a Zone Tool, or if you accidentally break a Zone Tool, the plastic bag lives right here on my desk, and you can just put it in the bag.
You get
Okay?
more zone tools.
And yes, there's more in the cart. Now, if we break 1 or 2 Zone Tools, totally cool. I understand. If you start bringing me like 6 or 7 or 8 Zone Tools, and you said I broke another one, and I broke another one, and I broke another one, what do you think we can do instead?
Not play with them at all.
Yeah, right. Both of those are excellent suggestions. Try not to bend them, be more careful with them, follow the rules, okay? So 1 or 2, I totally get it. A whole lot more than that, probably not following our rules as carefully as possible. I'm not going to count how many, but I just want you to know that if you follow the rules, then we won't have too much trouble. Okay? All right. Moving on from the rules. Okay, take it apart, don't break it apart. So that means instead of doing this, straight in, straight out. If you put the strut straight into the node and pull it straight out of the node, no problem. Okay? All right, let's get to the fun stuff. We're supposed to learn about 2D shapes. Tell me what you already know about 2D shapes. What do you know about 2D shapes? They're flat. What else do you know, Surya?
Yeah.
That's what you were going to say? Okay, other than they are flat, somebody has something else. Bethany,
Some can be quadrilaterals.
tell me what quadrilateral means. That's a fun word.
It means that it has 4 sides.
Okay, so some 2D shapes are also quadrilaterals. Okay? And that means Bethany explained that it has 4 sides. What else do you know about 2D shapes? They're flat. Some are quadrilaterals.
And they're different. They're different than 3D.
They are different than 3D.
Because they're flat.
Because they are
Were you
flat.
at the soccer games
Okay.
last night?
I was not. I don't have anybody playing soccer.
Oh, because I think
Did you get
I
to-
saw you.
Oh, you thought you saw me? All right, so let's see if we were right. Any shape that can be laid flat on a piece of paper is a 2D shape, or What does the D stand for? Jacob, what does the D stand for?
Dimensional.
Oh, that's a big word. Kind of like quadrilateral. What does dimensional mean?
Oh, three-dimensional.
Dimensional. Have you heard that word before?
The way that they're made.
3D means?
Three-dimensional.
Okay. But do we know what dimensional means? No. Now.
Yes.
Okay, let's find out. Rectangles, squares, and circles are all 2D shapes. A polygon is a 2D shape. These are polygons. These are not. Tell me why. Oh, Eileen, why? Oh, I got you mixed up with your sister. I'm sorry, Zimora. Okay, Zimora, tell me why the pictures, the green shapes on the left are not, or I'm sorry, are polygons. Because they aren't or are? These on the left. Tell me why they are polygons. Because they are closed, and the ones on the right are. They are not closed, so they are not polygons. Well done. Okay? Let's see what this tells us about polygons.
Hello, and welcome to our discussion of regular polygons. Before we can talk about a regular polygon, we need to define a polygon itself, and then we'll be able to understand what's special about regular polygons.
You're going to build
This
them.
here is a polygon. It's a polygon.
Is it
for
closed,
two
Zimora?
reasons. Reason number one, it's made of nothing but straight lines. None of the lines are curved either in or out, like you would see in a circle. Second, it's a polygon because there are no openings in it. It closes itself off. It's a complete loop of lines. I'll show you a couple of things that aren't polygons to make that point. First of all, this is an object
Is that a
here.
polygon?
It's not a polygon. And the reason it's not a polygon is because this section here is opened up. So this isn't what we would call a polygon, unlike our original object we looked at right here.
Polygon?
There's also something else to think about when you think about polygons. This is also what we call a convex polygon.
Ooh, that
All
one's
of the
tricky.
internal
Convex
angles
polygon.
are less than 180 degrees. If you have something where the internal angle is more than 180 degrees, or another way of thinking of it, if it looks like it has a bite taken out of it, that's still a polygon, but it's what we call a concave
Does that look like it has a bite
See
taken
how
out of
this
it?
angle here dips in, such
But
that the
still a
angle here
polygon.
is more than 180 degrees. That's what makes this a concave
Good.
polygon. And we're not going to be talking about those too much. So, for our purposes, in order to get to talking about regular convex polygons like this one here, we're going to be remembering that the inside angle is always less than 180 degrees. It's made of straight lines and it connects entirely. Let's take a look at a couple of special polygons. This here is a rhombus. And a rhombus is special
What
because
is it?
we call it
Rhombus.
equilateral means
Aspen,
it has
sit up,
all
please.
equal sides.
It's a
A
polygon.
rhombus has
It
each
is
of the
also a
sides that are
polygon.
equal. Now, what a rhombus doesn't have, it's not equal angular, in that this angle here is obtuse, greater than 90 degrees, equal to this one. But these two angles are different than this one and this one. These are both smaller angles, smaller than 90 degrees. So even though it's equilateral, it has all equal sides, it's not equal angular. We take a look at this polygon, one everybody's pretty familiar
What's that?
with. This is, of course, a rectangle. Well, a
Polygon?
is
Rectangle?
equiangular.
2D or
Every
3D?
angle in it is 90 degrees, but it's not equilateral. These sides here are shorter than these sides. If we
Okay.
put those two things together, we were to figure out a way to make
How about that one?
Yes.
Polygon?
Yes.
Quadrilateral?
No.
Yes. 2D or 3D?
2D.
How about this one?
Triangle.
2D or 3D?
2D.
Polygon?
Yes.
Quadrilateral?
No.
What's this one?
Triangle.
2D or 3D?
2D.
Polygon?
No. Yes.
Polygon?
Yes.
Quadrilateral?
No.
How about this one?
Hexagon.
Pentagon. 5 sides.
three,
I'm going to
four,
pause it. Hold
five
on.
sides, all
Yep,
equal
5
length,
sides.
and 5 angles. Each of these
Pentagon.
angles
Okay.
has, about
Uh,
180 degrees.
Polygon?
Yes.
2D or 3D?
2D.
Quadrilateral.
No.
All right.
6 angles.
We got
all
enough out of that
120
video.
degrees.
Who
So
wants
that
to
works out
build?
well as well.
Okay. What are we going to build? 2D shapes. What are we going to use? Zone tools. Okay, now, here's our Aspen. I've asked you once to sit up, please. Thank you. Our objective is to learn about 2D and 3D shapes. But today, we're just going to focus on 2D shapes because we have more to learn about the 3D shapes. You and your partner are going to work on 2D shapes today. Tomorrow. Correct. Okay. So we have new partners to choose. The first project was Connects and Levers. The second project was Fairy Tales with Pixie. The third project was, what was it?
Coding.
Oh yeah, coding. Okay. And this is our fourth project, which is our Zone Tools. So there are 3 people that cannot be your partners if they have already been your partners. First of all. Second of all, do we have anyone absent today? Okay, we have one person absent Okay.
So it's going to be
Voice
one person's going to be face off.
for today. But when Moisan returns, then, so let me ask this. Does anyone volunteer who has not already been Moisan's partner? Soraya, have you already been Moisan's partner? Okay, you may go to a table and I will pull out the Zone Tool card.
No, I mean with you, William, and Aspen.
Okay? All right, the rest of you may choose a partner and go to your tables.
Mitchell.
Okay, the Zone Tools are in the card. Good?
I'm pretty sure that none of you guys are going to be used just because I do this.
You too? Yes, Dave? Okay, yes? All right, we good? Yep. Okay, perfect. Let's get started. You have? So let's mix up the 4 of you. Okay, perfect.
Mitchell, you can pick up building a place. And what do we go to? We can what is this one, Mitchell? You can write that off.
Yes, for after you build. This one's yours, this one's already full. You're perfect. So you can use this for some suggestions on what you want to do.
How do we do it?
Do you have a shoebox yet? Nope.
Now we know what you mean.
Yeah, you know? Yes, those are the ones that have already been broken. Here, let me-
Okay, let's get these. Here, and let's get blue.
Right.
I guess if you didn't need the computer.
If you don't want to use the computer, you don't have to. If you want to use the computer for some ideas on 2D shapes, you may use it. What's up, William? Which one did you guys decide to go first?
This movie.
He's getting some pieces.
I found
Okay. What one would you like to build first?